All rights reserved. All rights reserved. This is the Tamako Show. Okay. This is the Hollywood Tea Night today. The headlines they don't want you to sip with your host, Tamiko G, aka the Gossip Goddess with a mic. Today we have with us a guest. That's right. I got a guest who's going to be hosting with us today. We were just going through some little topics lightly. You know what I'm saying? We're not getting all super deep about things, but we're going to get into some stuff. But before we do, I just want to play this song called Flow, and we'll get back with you. Damn. This is Flow, a poem by Watts 1965. Got Violet Beats, Planet LA, Active Music Works. Expectation called the suffering. Living life of mystery, separated. Confusion, illusions outside your eyes. Standing on your inside, go so private. The mind becomes numb, mentality's dumb. Knowledge of self is the beginning of wisdom. Knowledge of self is the beginning of wisdom. Close your eyes, see a little clearer. Living off a perch never made you search. So more in life for a better kind of meaning than dreaming while living in a nightmare. Eyes flare while counting eggs, hatch shoulda woulda becomes a deliberate mantra. Substantial consequences, thinking of possibilities like survival through false realities. Slanging the ills in palms of babies. Mentally ill public school training. Shit we already know, but being bound we just know. And so being a stranger to yourself, how can you knock off the remnants of slave help? What makes me so notorious? Do we even know what's all the fuss? Impose amnesia, rehearse the trust, like undeveloped Negroes in us. Danger, danger makes hearts combust. Those who know sit back nonplussed. That planetary thoughts must realign to define time's rush. All right, this is the Tameko Show. So we have today with us a special friend, guest here. Old homie I ain't seen since the 90s. You know, that is the theme of the show. This is Vic-Hop. I think Vic-Hop, you go by a different name now, right? Can you hear me? Can't hear you. You got to do something. Let's see. Can you unmute yourself? It happens. It's okay. You got to play with it. You got to see, it's my bad too, guys. I gave him his link at the very last minute. I was moving slow today, so he didn't get to do a mic check or a sound check. So that's on me. It can be tricky. It can be tricky. You're going to get it together. He's a fast learner. He'll get it. All right, let's see. All right, just tap in anytime. Tap in anytime. Well, let's talk while we're waiting. Let's see what's going on. Victor, you might, let's see, click in, click out, edit mic settings. Let's see. No, it's on your end. You got to turn the volume up on something, or I'm not sure. Can't hear you. Here, click out and then click back in. Click out. Yep. Just click back out. All right. Hey, this is live. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes stuff like that happens. You know what I mean? But he'll be back. He'll be back. But meanwhile, I'm going to give us some info while we're waiting. All right. And then you just click back in when you're ready. Billy Joel, y'all. Y'all know I love Billy Joel. Billy Joel's one of my favorite songwriters. Billy Joel is canceling his summer tour due to brain disorders. Diagnosis at 76. Yes, the piano man is now the hospital bed man. Okay, Billy's been diagnosed with a serious brain tumor. Fans are devastated. Meanwhile, Elton John is somewhere whispering, "So long, competition. Get well soon, Billy. We need you alive for the Rock and Roll Senior Olympics next year." Let's check this. Let's see. Here we go. Let's see if we can get the homie.
Can you
Hello.
hear me now?
Yay.
You can
Yeah,
hear me.
I
All right.
can. Can
All
y'all?
right.
Y'all can hear him out there? I can hear you.
All
All
right.
right. So this is it. So we was just talking about Billy Joel. He got diagnosed with a very debilitating illness. Let's see about it. This is his daughter Alexa Ray. Remember, he married Christy Brinkley. Anybody who was into the '80s tea. So this is the daughter. Let's see what she's talking about.
Alexa Ray Joel seemed to have everything from the moment she was born, but then a bottle of pills nearly took it all away in one terrible instant. Being the child of rich and famous parents may seem like a perfect life. Unfortunately, Alexa Ray Joel couldn't escape the pain of her parents' divorce. Billy Joel and Christy Brinkley first got together in 1983 and married 2 years later. The superstar couple welcomed their only child together before the end of 1985 and seemed to have a happy life. However, Brinkley and Joel's marriage fell apart in late 1993, leading to a nasty public divorce. In January 1995, as part of the divorce trial, Alexa's former nanny, Alzarine Viana, swore in an affidavit that Brinkley had ignored signs of her 8-year-old daughter's distress. Viana claimed she tried to warn Brinkley about her daughter's troubled behavior, saying Alexa would become angry and would lose her temper, but to no avail. Viana said, Alexa was withdrawing from her friends and she was spending a lot of time alone in her room, but I felt like I was talking to a wall because Christy didn't
What the hell
respond
is
at
this?
all.
This ain't what I
Brinkley's
want.
lawyer
They just
characterized
tricked me.
Viana as a
Okay,
disgruntled
hold up.
employee, dismissing her.
Pause. I don't give a listen. We're not here for Alexa Ray. All right? We're here for Billy Joel. No disrespect to Alexa Ray, but all right. Billy Joel's daughter, Alexa Ray Joel, has shared a touching message for her father following his diagnosis with a rare brain disorder. The Piano Man star 76 announced on Friday, May 23rd, that he was canceling all scheduled concerts after being diagnosed with normal pressure hydrocephalus, a condition where excess cerebrospinal fluid builds up in the brain ventricles. It is described by the NHS as an uncommon and poorly understood condition that typically affects people over the age of 60. Now, see, I got to look that up. You hear, Vic?
Yeah, I ain't
Hey,
looking it up. I just pray I don't get it. Ain't no sense in looking it up. If it
now
come,
I
it
want to
come.
look. Yeah, I do. I want to look it up because, look, if it's anything dealing with liquid or fluids or anything like that, allegedly, I'm not a doctor. Don't go by what the hell I'm saying. But, hold on. Cerebrospinal, spinal fluid. Oh, we gonna see about that today.
Cerebral spinal
Anybody
fluid is brain spine fluid.
right? But there's got to be a way to get rid of that.
No,
Like
you don't
there's,
want to get rid of it. It just got in the wrong spot.
well,
His
yeah,
just leak. His wiring is just faulty. Like no, cerebral spinal fluid is good, very good. You
okay,
just
but
don't want it in the wrong spot.
hydrocephalus, often referred to as water on the brain, is a condition where an abnormal
Hey,
buildup. Okay, boom. All right,
must
so
have
he
got
got.
more water upstairs than it got sugar on the candy cane. Hey.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Okay, moving on. That was okay. Good luck, Billy Joel. Good luck. Next, let's move on. I got a bunch of news and little snippets of news. You know what I'm saying? Because I've been so busy the past week or so. I ain't really had time to super get in, but I got people that send me info at this point. They be like, "Did you hear about this? Did you hear about that?" Or so then I'll take a moment. I'll have more time this summer. You know what I mean? To really do some deep dives and edit and all that fancy schmancy stuff. But for right now, we just doing this here with some comedy a little. All right, Garth Brooks. Now, everybody's been talking about the Negroes in the industry doing too much, but ain't nobody been talking about the folks of another tan colored. Okay, so they saying Garth Brooks. I read about this actually, Vic-Hop. I read about this like last year. Anyway, it says Garth Brooks accused of grape by his makeup artist in the lawsuit, y'all. Country crooner Garth Brooks is in hot water, allegedly not the kind you take to suit vocal cords. His makeup artist filed a lawsuit claiming he raped her in 2019. Garth says it's a money grab, which, considering country music album sales in 2025, is bold. We'll let the courts decide, but this is one concert we'd like to cancel early. Let's see if I can find that article. I had the little article about Garth Breezy here. It's a lot going down. What do you think this is? I don't think it's a race thing. Personally, I just think it's a climate setting because I kind of have been acquainted with a lot of so-called alleged artists in my life that have been famous or are famous. And what I used to hear, especially like when that R. Kelly 14 peeing on the girl tape came out in like 2000, I was completely disgusted and I vowed to never listen to R. Kelly music ever again. Right? That was me. And I will not name these homies because they are my homies still and they are famous. But one of them told me, and then everybody in the peanut gallery agreed, said, hey, they market us to teenagers. They literally, that's who's backstage. Like, that's who people bring to the concerts, is teenagers. So to us, it's hypocritical for people to act all shocked, when celebrities are so called wap with teenagers because he says that's who they're around. I say there's a responsibility there. That's what made me write the song Video Ho. Matter of fact, was because of silly nonsense phrasing like that. And I do believe they are marketed to everybody, but a lot of teenagers had gone to concerts. That's been since the 50s. That's not new. But this is his makeup artist we're talking about. So we're not talking about fans per se. We're talking about employer kind of stuff. But I would say the reason I mentioned that, all of that, is because if there's a climate of you always get what you want and it's no problem for women to do what they do. Even you earlier said, Vic-Hop, there's a difference between hoes and women. Then a lot of the hoe types tend to
I
go
ain't say that on camera though. See, right now, my mouth is quiet. I'm not speaking on this.
oh, okay.
Like, yeah,
Okay.
this is a minefield. I got
Oh,
things to do. We gonna stay out of this one. Me,
oh,
I'm gonna
okay.
sit this one out. Yeah.
Yeah, whatever. All right. Garth Brooks accused of this and battery in a lawsuit. And I haven't heard any feedback. I haven't heard anything since the lawsuit happened. So I don't know what's going on with that. Um, yeah, listen, I'm just saying this to say it's a climate situation. It's not, if anybody was thinking it's some so-called racial situation. No, it's a climate. It's all of everybody who is involved, like who likes that. Yeah, they all do that. So she claims she was once raped by him during a work trip. Okay. He says, according to CNN, for the last 2 months, I've been hassled to no ends with threats, lies, and tragic tales of what my future would be if I did not write a check for many millions of dollars. So he's saying she's exploiting him, says it's a money grab. He says, I can't get into settlement discussions, but the suggestion made by Brooks that he was unwilling to pay millions is simply not true, according to an attorney for the chick. We are very confident in our case, blah, blah, blah. All right. In addition to sexual assault and battery, the suit accuses Brooks of repeatedly exposing his genitals and buttocks, talking about sex and sharing sexual fantasies with her, regularly changing his clothing in front of Roe, and sending sexually explicit text messages. In her filing, she claims that during one alleged incident in 2019, when she was at Brooks' home for work, he walked out of the shower naked, grabbed her hands, and quote, forced them onto his genitals while speaking to her with sexually explicit and vulgar language. In another alleged incident in May 2019, the suit alleges that Brooks raped her in a hotel room. She's going by Jane Roe, by the way, during a work trip to Los Angeles where Brooks was taping a Grammy tribute performance. According to the suit, they were traveling to LA on Brooks's private jet. Once in the hotel, allegedly, he appeared in the doorway to the bedroom completely naked. Allegedly, that's what she says. And she felt trapped in the room alone with him after the alleged rape. Rowe claims that Brooks continued to tell her his sexual fantasies with more frequency and physically groped her. The complete complaint states Brooks repeated, quote, repeated remarks having threesomes with his wife. Whoa.
Wow. But Brooks claims it's not true. So this is still a court case that's active right now. Yeah, it's just time to be proper and respectful in your business. You know what I'm saying? It's not right to be all, if the signs say you're married and you should not be doing that, perhaps maybe your employee, business situations need to get cleaned up. You know what I'm saying? Like really, it's just time. Whoever alleged, it don't matter. Like I was just what last week talking about Smokey Robinson, right? Smokey,
Well,
but it's not just Smokey. You know what I'm saying? It's just it's not everybody. I've had some really great male friends, relationships with people in the industry that were not like that. You know what I mean? As a matter of fact, I was very much respected in the industry. I didn't actually get a lot of that nasty type of behavior activated toward me. So, maybe sometimes these people are doing money grabs, or maybe the type of people they hire have maybe a lot of, energy of that matter and they like to play games. I don't know. There's two sides to every
or
story.
maybe the media companies that own this information know that people like these type of stories, and they put it out to put the woman against the man and the man against the woman and the rich against the poor. They get to hit so many sweet spots in their ways of dividing us with these stories,
I
which
would
is
agree
why I
with
don't pay
that.
attention to them.
Well, that's okay. Well, I used to say those things until I was grading a lot of papers and having a lot of late, unsleepy nights. And podcasts tend to help me out. So I'm not going to play like I didn't sit up watching Gigi. Shout out Gigi, matter of fact, Messy Sweet Spot or Storm Monroe. Or, I know it's just like when I used to read Star magazine sometimes. It was just one of those decadent treats that you really should not partake of, but sometimes it's a stress reliever for people, especially when you have real hard stuff you got to do. I will tell you that an entertainment tea little podcast type of thing has been very relaxing for me. I think it's because I grew up in the soap opera era. You know what I mean?
I watch
This is
TMZ. I'm
what
not saying that. I just know what it's like. I know what it is. I know that candy is not nutrition, but I like candy sometimes.
oh, okay,
So
yeah. If you
yeah,
open to
I just
anything, you can.
know what this information is,
Oh, yeah.
and now the rape and something else is actually being exploited to be candy. You see what I'm saying? So it lessens how many poor women are raped. It's like we think about these big giant
We can't
rapes,
say that. I'm sorry, they can't say that the rape word. I just said it too, child. We gotta say like grapes and strawberries.
SA or something.
See, I like that.
A
Yeah, do that.
okay.
Something like SA. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, the lessons joke is taking something. It's like it only matters if it's something like this. Nah, like these things are destroying people internally all over the place. Now that's the real issue is the culture of that. This right here is designed to like make it seem like that's cared about when it's really weaponized in a different way. There's like so many levels of what's going on here to unpack. Because if this actually happened to that woman, then he deserves more than just a fee. He deserves to go to prison. So, you know, there's just a lot to it.
Okay. Well, I just bring info because a lot of times people like me and others that I know, some of us, we don't even watch the news that much, but we will watch podcasts on YouTube for information. And that's why I like to bring out alternate sides or different views of things, not just what the mainstream view of something is. You know what I mean? Okay, look, have you heard about this? This came up to me. Let me put it on the screen about Prince allegedly, y'all. They were saying
Yeah.
that they had brought allegedly a audio allegedly of Prince speaking from the dead, y'all. Like allegedly he recorded something before he, passed. And the reason that it actually came up was because in the actual court case, what happened was Cassie mentioned that she had been at a party at Prince's house and that when she saw Puffy or Diddy, she ran and hid. That's why they said that. And everybody like put extra spins on it. It could be true, could not be true. Who knows? But this is some information I got from Yahoo News. Let's check it out. Hold on. No, this is actually, hold on. One moment, please. Wait. Okay. This is a chick on TikTok. Let's see what she's talking about. Hold on. Ciao.
Hold the front door. Hold the front door. Hold the front door. Hold up. 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 Tell me I'm not hearing this correctly. Prince left a recording that was played during the Diddy trial. Prince left a recording that was played during Prince. Prince is spilling the tea. Prince.
Okay, I
The
thought.
way y'all talking about Cassie, ooh, if y'all start running y'all mouth up.
Okay, I thought she was gonna be like more. Here we go. Check this.
Prince is alive. How he implicitly informed fans of his.
Knock it off.
So a lot of you guys reached out to me about this audio involving Prince that was said to be played in court. I'm here to tell you that's fake. No such audio was played in court. In fact, the time that Prince was mentioned was when Cassie said that she went to a once-in-a-lifetime event at Prince's house and didn't tell Diddy and then had to sneak out when Diddy showed up. This is a prime example of how misinformation gets spread. In fact, I looked into it and I realized that it's coming from 2 YouTube videos that are using AI-generated content.
His carefully controlled demeanor cracked as the final recording of the legendary artist echoed through the room.
Then went to the YouTube page, clicked on the channel, and saw they are posting all sorts of videos with false information, saying that Monique testified.
I saw that.
Or that Kevin Hart is involved.
I saw that.
No reputable outlet is reporting any such thing, not even close to it. But I do think it underscores the point and is a good reminder that when we are in the midst of something as sensational as this trial, that it is important to get our information from credible sources. So a lot of you guys reached out to me about this audio involving Prince that was said to be played in court.
All right. So, yeah, I thought it was true. And my homegirl was really like, oh my God. And I was like, I mean, there could be validity and they trying to clean it up. You never know really what to believe nowadays. But I just wanted to present some information just for conversation. So this is according to Yahoo News, because that was the tea all earlier part of this week. They were like, Prince and Diddy hated each other and all this stuff. I saw that was AI videos that girl was talking about. I saw some of those. This is what they're pumping up on YouTube. It says, during Sean Diddy Combs' federal ex-trafficking trial in May, prosecutors presented a recording from Prince's final days alive in which he divulged details of Combs' allegedly illicit activities at past parties. A rumor, and they say that's false. Okay, they say a rumor that circulated online in May 2025 claimed federal prosecutors in Sean Diddy Combs' New York Schmeck's trafficking trial presented as evidence a secret recording of Prince exposing the music mogul. Specifically, the rumor said that in the 7-time Grammy-winning recording artist's final days alive, Prince divulged details of Combs' alleged illicit activities at past parties, including saying, quote, if something happens to me, this recording needs to go to the press or the police, either one. However, searchers of Bing, DuckDuckGo, Google, and Yahoo found no news media outlets credibly reporting anything about a Prince video or audio recordings at Combs' trial. Instead, these searches displayed links to YouTube videos promoting similar rumors. So there's an AI thing going on, and they're just spreading that real quick. According to, on May 14th, this is what allegedly Cassie said, formerly Cassie Ventura, Combs' ex-girlfriend who testified against him during the trial, said in court that she once fled Prince's house during a party after noticing Combs' presence, alleging Combs later physically assaulted her at the Beverly Hills Hotel. Her testimony made no mention of a Prince recording. All right, so that's that. They've been pushing that for some reason. But entertainment is what it is. That's why you really can't, go into tripping out or having overly hyped anger about anything. You don't know what's true or what's not true. Now, moving on. Hannah Cobb. Remember Hannah Cobb, you guys? Anybody remember that story? Remember that was the mixed couple, white girl, black dude, down in Atlanta, and she
Yeah.
in her gun and it accidentally, quote unquote, went off. Yeah, so they found her not. She will not be indicted. Okay, according to the Shade Room, y'all. They say Georgia jury reportedly rules woman will not be indicted after being accused of fatally shooting her boyfriend. A high profile case in Burke County involving a deadly shooting earlier this year has reached the conclusion. After months of investigation and a closely watched court appearance, the legal process has come to an end. The case, which drew significant public interest, centered on the events leading up to the death of a 30-year-old man and has now officially been decided by a grand jury. All right, so they decided not to indict her. Her name is Hannah Cobb. She's 28 in connection with the February shooting death of Telvin Osborne, who was 30. On February 25th, Cobb was arrested and charged with felony involuntary manslaughter after telling deputies she was checking her gun when it discharged and struck Osborne in the chest. Following her arrest, she was granted and made a $25,000 bond in March. Additionally, Cobb was placed under level 1 monitoring in order to surrender all firearms. Now they say the case is closed. That's the district attorney. What actually happened? All right, so this is what they say. Okay, it said deputies responded to a call around 5:45 a.m. on February 23rd at a residence in Keysville. Cobb told responding officers she was just checking her 9mm pistol, something she and Osborne reportedly did every night when it went off. However, a 911 recording reveals Cobb initially told the dispatcher she was cleaning the gun. But Sheriff Alfonso Williams later stated there was no evidence suggesting the gun was being cleaned. It was also confirmed that alcohol was involved, and it was reported that authorities initially did not consider the shooting accidental. Whew. Her family described the couple's relationship as chaotic, citing emotional and occasional physical abuse as well as infidelity. Isn't that like the typical relationship nowadays? Like that's pretty like typical. Like they're either cheating or hitting each other or some type of manipulation, emotional stress. Wow. Anyways, prosecutors presented evidence suggesting the couple had been out at a club until 2 a.m. in Augusta and had argued that night. Cobb provided a ring camera footage of the couple arguing and the physical altercation that followed. Cobb's friends report that she got upset after believing he was talking to another woman. Following the argument, she told him to get out, which he did. She claimed that Osborne returned to the house and pulled a knife, threatening her. Also, she told authorities where to find the 8-inch knife, which they did find. Text messages shown in court reportedly include Osborne telling Cobb, "You'd better hide." And the defense claimed Cobb called Osborne's mother to help calm him down. Additionally, investigators reported arriving at the scene to find Cobb administering aid to Osborne after the shooting. Now, I think the big deal there was that a lot of black women's response to that shooting was that this was one of them Negroes that talk bad about black women all the time on, what was it, Twitter, all the time. So a lot of people were like, that's not our story. They didn't really care. I think it was something like that. Wasn't that the case? I think
I
so.
don't. Yeah, I don't.
Yeah, I think we didn't have too much pity for the dude. Well, not me. I don't think like that, but some people had issues because they felt that, he was one that disrespected women all the time. But let's check this out.
Alfonso Williams announced the arrest of Hannah Cobb, who is facing a charge of involuntary manslaughter in the death of 30-year-old Telvin Osborne. Investigators say Osborne was found Sunday morning inside a home on 4 Points Road in Keysville with a gunshot wound to the chest. Incident reports say Cobb said that while she was checking her gun, it went off, hitting Osborne in the chest. Telling authorities she thought the gun was in safety mode while she was checking it. Sheriff Williams says that's not the case, and this is not being ruled as accidental. Alfonso Williams.
I do know that the South does tend to have a gun culture, but I'm not sure about the fact that you go around cleaning your gun coincidentally after you had an argument with your boyfriend who refuses to leave after you caught him flirting with another girl at the club. I don't know. I guess we not supposed to think about that.
A grand jury has decided to drop all the charges against Hannah Cobb. They are claiming she acted in self-defense after fatally pow-powing her boyfriend after a night at the club. Those of you guys who are unaware, Hannah Cobb and her boyfriend Telvin Osborne had come home from the club one night. She claimed she was cleaning her GUN and fatally pow-powed him by mistake, but after police conducted an investigation, they discovered that was the furthest thing from the truth. After getting multiple witness statements obtaining ring cam footage, they determined that Hannah and Telvin actually got into it that night, and he charged at her with a KNIFE before she fatally pow-powed him.
Osborne showed back up to the house.
Hannah Cobb stated that Mr. Osborne pulled a knife on her and threatened her.
According to news outlets, this all happened between 2 a.m. and 4 a.m. after they left the club. Hannah was upset because she accused Telvin of trying to talk to a woman.
Cobb became upset that night because she believed he was talking to another woman.
From there, she proceeded to lock them out of their trailer. Now, Telvin was upset and trying to find a way in. He eventually found a spare key, got access to the home, reportedly began to threaten Hannah. He was locked out and trying to gain entry back into the home. Attorneys are claiming he texted her things like, "You better hide," and "hide."
Text messages from Mr. Osborne to Hannah Cobb began around 4:48 in the morning with messages including "hide" and "you better hide."
After he gained entry to the home, Hannah is claiming she called his mom to try to get him to calm down because she saw him with a 8-inch KNIFE. However, that did not de-escalate the situation. They are claiming that Telvin put his hands around Hannah's neck, slammed her against a wall, and eventually she fled into a bathroom and locked herself in the bathroom.
Hannah Cobb says that Telvin returned to the home with a knife, that he broke in, he threatened her, and he choked her, and she managed to break free from him and went into a bathroom.
Now, while in the bathroom, she allegedly claimed that she was going to harm herself before Telvin broke in, and it's at that point that she turned the GUN to him and powed him in the chest one time, resulting in him passing.
Indicated that she was going to harm herself, but when he broke into the bathroom, she turned and fired the gun one time at Mr. Osborne.
Now, this happened back in February of 2025, and people definitely found her initial story of cleaning her GUN after a night out on the town very strange. She is claiming that they did that as a family practice to them experiencing a break-in in the past. While that may be something that they did regularly, it's not what they did that night. After a jury reviewed all the footage, dropped the charges against Hannah, claiming that she was acting in self-defense and she was good to go home. She just cannot own firearms anymore. Guys, I'm curious to know what y'all think regarding this entire situation. Are y'all surprised that Hannah got off? Let me know down in the comments, you guys. Peace.
I don't know why people act dumb at this point. I mean, historically, we already know how this goes down. I mean, pizza right now. I mean, come on now. Come on. Let's check. Let's see what this dude said.
Hey, Shalom, Israel. I'm just tired of talking about it. I don't know how many times we got to.
This will not make them stop dating them. So it just won't. Let's check this out.
That girl that Telvin Osborne got her charges dropped. Back in February, Hannah Cobb was arrested for fatally pew-pewing her boyfriend Telvin Osborne. Apparently, Telvin Osborne came home late. She was cleaning her pew-pew. She thought the safety was on and accidentally him. That's what she told the cops when they found him. However, some other versions during her court hearing were revealed. Another version is the two have been in a fight. Hannah Cobb was accusing Telvin Osborne of cheating on her, and when she brought it to his attention, he threatened her with a sharp object. Cobbs ran into the bathroom, locked him out, and he said, "You better hide." Now, she indicated she was going to harm herself in the bathroom, but when he broke into the bathroom, she turned and fired the pew-pew at him. And investigators say they found Telvin Osborne in the master bedroom with a pew-pew wound in his chest. Now, there were rumors that a riot was going to happen on Friday night since her charges were dropped. However, I hope there are no Black women a part of that riot, because Telvin Osborne got exactly what he wished for. Mind you, this is the same man that said, "I'll F a dog before I F a Black bee." It gotta be a white dog though. So Telvin Osborne got exactly what he wanted. Congrats to him. That girl, Telvin Osborne, got her charges. Back in February, Hannah Cobb.
Damn. Did y'all hear that? She was like, "Fuck a nigga though." Damn. I didn't expect her to go there with it. Hold up. We gotta wait. A lot of black women had an issue. Let me see this. Now this is for entertainment purposes. Y'all don't be tripping out and shit. I'm not tripping off none of this. Rest in peace. Death, life. Hey, do good, do right, do what you're supposed to do. And lots of this type of stuff won't happen. I mean, for real. You're doing the wrong thing or doing shit you ain't supposed to do. 9 times out of 10, it's going to end up bad. And that's just it. And we just refuse to accept that. So when we hear stories like this all the time, let me hear this. Let me see this shit right here.
So, guys, Hannah Cobb just got off on killing her black boyfriend. And I know a lot of y'all are gonna be in my comments like, oh yeah, he used to talk so crazy about black women and this, that. I get that. We're not talking about that right now. We're talking about the fact that she actually got off. Okay. So when the incident initially occurred, she told the police that they came home from a long night and they were getting ready for bed, and she was checking her firearm because that's what they did every single night before they went to bed. She said that when she was checking it, it wasn't on safety, I guess.
What
and
up,
it went off and
Jackie?
struck him. She said, fast forward, right? The cops did a whole investigation and ruled it as a homicide because they said that there was an altercation with some pushing and shoving involved. And they believe that Mrs. Cobb struck him during the altercation. And she literally just got off.
Okay. Who's shocked? It's in goddamn Atlanta. She's white. He's black. She got a small child. They in a small town. What you think? Hello? Let's watch this one.
A grand jury has declined to press charges against Hannah Grace Cobb. Cobb was arrested on February.
Nope. Let's see this one.
In the Telvin Osborne story. Free that woman, free that woman, free that woman. Free Hannah Cobb, man. The story is unfortunate. I feel bad for them kids. They lost the daddy. But, I mean...
Damn.
It happens.
Damn.
Telvin Osborne story.
Damn. When sisters be mad, man. Let me see this.
I be in my room like, go God,
Tamika.
go God, hey, go God.
That is crazy.
Tamika,
Yeah. What up?
Why did you bring me on the Minefield show?
These are topics that are popping off this week. That was over.
This is a Minefield show.
Okay, that's over. I mean, that's my show. Have you ever watched my show?
Yeah, but I mean, okay. I think the place where I can enter safely to address certain things is Glorilla.
Okay, here we go. I'm just getting into that.
And that's the one that allows me to speak about these other issues in a way where there's not a great crime to be talked about. You see what I'm saying?
I feel you.
Yeah.
All right. And the other things okay, we'll get to that. All right. So this Annabelle stuff too. You remember hearing about this doll? Can you talk about that? Okay. Let's get into that. I had a few things. I wasn't staying on that. I was just trying to see what the pulse was.
No, I mean, it's your show. I was just like, I just couldn't chime in.
Hey, I feel you and say you didn't got to chime in.
Man.
This
show gonna be on here forever.
Tommy Cole show. But look, if you're listening to what I'm saying and how I'm presenting it, I'm not presenting it in a biased way. I'm presenting it.
But the problem is my answer. That's what I'm saying. Everything I had to say. Oh no.
I got you.
Yeah.
All right, let's keep moving. What up, Furry B?
Oh, you bang on Annabelle? Okay.
What up, Stray Godzilla? Yeah, I just thought that. I mean, that story it went for itself. Let's keep going. Okay, so first of all, I was tripping off this whole little Annabelle story, and if y'all not knowing what's happening, basically, people are feeling like when they've been taking this little baby doll right here on tour, that it's been promoting
something like this.
Bad energy, bad things, like everywhere it's gone. And I think it's gone to like 4 or 5 states there's been fire and destruction. So finally, this doll came to Louisiana. And that's what they're saying. They say museum officials, and this is according to the independent.com, museum officials have spoken about the real life Annabelle doll's whereabouts. It's missing right now, y'all. Amid rumors that she's gone missing. The quote, demonically possessed Raggedy Ann doll, which has become a classic fixture in the horror genre, is rumored to have escaped her casing as she traveled around the country on the Devils on the Run tour, hosted by the New England Society for Psychic Research. In early May, the doll, typically housed in the NESPR Warren's Occult Museum, made a tour stop in New Orleans. Unfounded conjectures that she had somehow gone missing while in Louisiana began to circulate online after some visitors claimed they didn't see the doll during a tour. Meanwhile, a recent fire at the nearby Nottoway Plantation turned Nottoway Resort in White Castle intensified speculation that there was somehow a connection between Annabelle's supposed disappearance and the blaze. Now, me and you had a funny little conversation about that one.
Yeah.
Now, not just this Nottoway house, right? Not just this, but Marie Laveau. They said Marie Laveau's house burned down, y'all. Do you know who Marie Laveau? Hold on, let me put it up here. Laveau. Hold on, my M's be getting stuck. Marie Laveau. Here we go. Let's see if I can find TikTok on that. TikTok be having little short jones on it. And the Confederate Museum also burned down. So it was 3 things that burned down. Let's see. Marie Laveau house. Let's see. All rights reserved. This is Tom and Cole Show. Just looking at some TikTok little joints right quick. Check this out.
What happened? The batteries to my pedicab exploded.
Are you kidding me?
Right, so all we could do was get out. Like you're starting to think,
my
you throw something on it when you get the
God.
hydrants and the thing.
Oh, whoa.
Yeah. Because they came, the fire department. Look, this was my Rex print.
That's crazy.
Marie Laveau's house caught fire, but y'all are confusing her with the wrong woman. The night before last, the St. Anne Street home caught fire in the kitchen. Thankfully, no one was hurt, as the current owner said that something woke her up just in time. Was it Marie Laveau's spirit that saved her life? Now let's get into the confusion. Marie Laveau was the voodoo queen, a Creole woman who used herbal medicine and spiritual rituals to help people. Black, white, enslaved, anyone who needed it. Madame Delphine Valerie was the woman who had a secret torture chamber in her attic. She was also depicted in an American Horror Story season. Now, she was the serial abuser and torturer of enslaved people. Marie Laveau's house caught fire, but y'all are confusing her with the wrong woman. The night before last,
Some people thought it was Delphine. That's another lady. No, Marie Laveau's house burned down, though. And the Confederate Museum. And the, what's it called? I don't know. But some people have heebie-jeebies and they think it could be some type of spell or some kind of hoodooist or voodoo type thing. And that's what we're going to talk a little bit about.
So y'all still won't get on this app and tell me that y'all don't believe in these spirits. The Annabelle doll is in New Orleans. And after it leaves, all hell breaks loose. Nottoway Plantation mysteriously burnt down. And now, Marie Laveau, the voodoo queen of New Orleans, house burned down. Did you hear what I just said to you? Marie Laveau, the voodoo queen of New Orleans, house just burned down. Oh, you don't believe me? Look at this shit. I had to change this whole video around because TikTok new guidelines, but look at this shit. You can see here,
Marie Laveau's house.
that's her house. That's that house burning down after Annabelle paid New Orleans a visit.
All right. So there are a lot of people who are, what is that called? What's it called?
Superstitious?
Yeah. You think it's just superstition or coincidence? What y'all think out there, audience?
Okay. Let me just ask you a question, right? So
good marketing.
So Annabelle is an evil doll, right?
Alleged, yeah.
Okay, so the evil doll went down and burned down the evil place?
Maybe it was only evil to some. Like it's all about whose side of evil you on, right?
Isn't that true for Annabelle too, though?
That's a very good point. Yes.
So
I
this
never
is
watched
like,
the movies, to be honest. I never watched Annabelle movies. Have
yeah,
you?
I think this between them, Tamiko. Yeah, I think this between them folk over there that's playing that.
I agree with that. It ain't bad for us, right?
Yeah, I mean that's their issue. We got to deal with YNs.
I know, right?
That's their issue. Let them deal with that.
Because voodoo was not bad to us. Voodoo was bad to those who was trying to harm us. Remember that, y'all. I'm just
That's a
saying.
whole that's a whole episode.
Well, it is,
That's a
but
whole episode.
it just was, and
Because
they
of the
always
stigma attached to the word.
because they would present. But think about who taught us to have that stigma, right? Why do we have that stigma? Because why, right?
Yeah, I don't know if you want to open this one up.
I mean, I studied that.
Yeah, but I mean, if no, I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it. I'll tell you about it later.
All right. Okay. All right. So anyway, I just dropped my whole little joint thing. Let's move on to the next story. I told you we were just tapping in a little bit. You guys can look for these things on those YouTube streets for more deep dive info of these. Here it is. Here it is. All right, let's keep going. How y'all doing this evening? What's going on with y'all? Tell me something. What y'all doing today? All right, let's keep it moving. And let's move into this. I don't know if you heard about this, but according to NPR News and all the different news sources, this has been a hot topic this week too. They've been talking about the girl who was in the coma. Y'all heard about her? Yeah, she's pregnant. We went to the hospital. She went to the hospital for she said she was having headaches. They sent her home with some pills or something like that. They didn't even really check her. And that's an issue. They always talk about medical apartheid in this country.
Oh, this is a black girl?
Yeah. She was only about maybe 8 or 9 weeks at the time. And then she went into a coma. And her family wanted her, they didn't want her to have the baby. But the state law in Georgia has changed, and now they're saying that they're keeping her alive even though she's brain dead to birth this child. So this is an experiment. They've never actually done this before, like had a brain dead woman birth a child. She's an experiment. And the Center for Disease Control is down there, y'all. They're going to be doing that. Let me see if I can look up this little thing on TikTok. But this is an article. Adriana Smith. I'm going to read that to you, but hold on real quick. Let me find it on a TikTok too. Adriana Smith. Here we go. There we go. She was 30 years old. She is alive. Okay. She learned she was about 9 weeks pregnant in February when the doctors declared her brain dead after she suffered a medical emergency. But the girl, Smith's mother, told the Atlanta News that doctors at Emory University Hospital have been keeping her organs functioning since then until the fetus can be delivered, citing Georgia's law banning most ABs after fetal cardiac activity can be detected. So Smith is now roughly 22 weeks into the pregnancy and has been on life support for more than 90 days. And so the mother of this woman, who will be the grandmother, she said, "My grandson may be blind, may not be able to walk. We don't know if he'll live once she has him." And I'm not saying we would have chosen to terminate her pregnancy. What I'm saying is we should have had a choice. So now they've made it a political thing, y'all. So there's Democrats involved, wrote a letter to Georgia's Republican Attorney General, Chris Carr, asking for clarity about Georgia's AB law and when it should be applied in certain contexts and things like that. It's a heavy thing, man. It's really deep. It's giving me Henrietta Lacks a little bit. Those who know about Henrietta Lacks know what I'm talking about. Check this out. Let's see. Let's check this out.
30-year-old Adriana Smith was about 9 weeks pregnant when she started having bad headaches in February.
They gave us some medication, but they didn't do any tests.
The next morning, Adriana's boyfriend noticed something was terribly wrong. Unfortunately, there was nothing doctors could do. Doctors declared Adriana brain dead because of Georgia's heartbeat bill, which bans abortions after a fetal heartbeat is detected. Her family says they weren't given any say in what happens next. Now, 21 weeks pregnant, her baby's health uncertain.
My grandson may be blind, may not be able to walk, wheelchair bound. We don't know if he'll live once she has him. And I'm not saying that we would have chose to terminate her pregnancy. What I'm saying is we should have had a choice.
30-year-old Adriana Smith was about 9 weeks pregnant when she started having bad headaches in February.
They gave her some medication, but they didn't do any tests.
The next morning,
Damn, what a pretty girl. Wow. Hello, you gotta mute yourself.
Who?
I was hearing your music. All right, so that's ongoing. Let's see what's going on with this case.
Oh, and just so we're clear, Adriana Smith, the woman in Georgia that's being used as a human incubator against the family's wishes because of that bullshit ass heartbeat bill, she's not being kept alive. She's dead, and she's been dead. She's not in a coma. She is dead. Doctors say it might not even survive. Oh, and just so we're clear, Adriana Smith, the woman in Georgia that's being used as a human incubator against the family's wishes because of that bullshit ass heartbeat bill, she's not.
Damn. People feeling some type of way.
Yeah, that's rough.
Adriana Smith is being kept alive by machines because she's pregnant. Georgia's abortion law demands that even in death, her womb must serve as an incubator. Smith is a 30-year-old nurse and mother in Atlanta. She was sadly declared brain dead in February after doctors discovered multiple blood clots in her brain when she was nearly 9 weeks pregnant. In Georgia, Smith is no longer a person. She is now a vessel, and her family can do nothing about it. The state's abortion ban only allows abortion after 6 weeks in very limited cases, like a medical emergency that threatens the mother's life or causes substantial and irreversible.
Damn. They went in. Okay, I think that's about as deep as I'm going into that. But y'all go check out more information on that if you choose. Woo, that was rough. Wow. What in the Netflix sci-fi horror with the Grey's Anatomy cameo is going on here? Ooh, Remy Ma and Papoose. Now, this is... I don't know if y'all ever even pay attention to Remy Ma or Papoose. I like Remy Ma, actually. I like Remy Ma. This is regular plain old tea we getting into right now. I just wanted to bring some stuff because that's what's going on this week, okay? That's what's been going on. But let me... So what's going on now is Papoose and telling each other's crap. What?
We can go to Cowabunga Bay for free.
How? Can we talk about that after?
Hello?
Yes. All right. All right. So I know that was a heavy roller coaster ride right there, but we're about to get into some. But you know, everything is relative. You know what I mean? Let's go into this story. I know we've been talking about this one for a minute, so let's do this one right here. All right. Here we go. Whoop, 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 whoop. Hold on. This one I thought was a little funny, rude but funny. But my show is
This
rude.
new nose trend, I am so disappointed in Gorilla. I really like Gorilla. Okay, I don't listen to her music, but I like that she like a down home girl, really real. She talk how she talk. I love that. But why did you touch your nose? I was pissed when Michael did it. I'm gonna tell y'all something which y'all don't know. These record labels be telling the African American community people, if you want to cross over, you want to be big, there's a certain look. And I know specifically a whole nother artist. She had to get her body done because they needed to make her appeal to specific audiences. I had to look at my nose like, is this the nose? Is this the nose y'all trying to get? Is this it? I feel like it's more pushed up. That is not cute. Keep your nose. Right? Mine ain't pushed all the way up. Mine stopped. The Lord stopped mine. But the nose that everybody trying to get up here, who told y'all? Who said? Who is telling people? When Michael did it, I was pissed. Michael, why did you do that, Michael?
Right,
I
me
felt
too.
like Michael himself got pissed after it was done. And he got the him. So I had watched this girl way before all of this came out about this nose trend. I had seen this other girl on this app. She was like, "Oh, I got a nose job. I got a nose job." And I'm like, "Why did she get a nose job? Her nose was cute before she started touching her nose, and then her nose was more pushed up. Her nose was kind of like mine." But it was, why? What is that? Somebody help me. Why do we want it here? I need to know. Do what you do. If that makes you feel better, if that makes you feel happy about your nose, do what you do. But as for me and my house, I'm glad that the Lord stopped mine right where it is. I just find it disrespectful to God in a way. I find it because this is what people don't realize. Everything that God does is extremely strategic. It is symbolic to our lives. And it's like a puzzle piece. Everything is connected. If I told you God created you the way you look intentionally for a purpose, people don't believe that. If he numbered every hair on your head, he made that nose the way he wanted it made. And he wanted that nose to look the way it looked. My original point, which I don't realize.
Amen.
I've
Amen.
been watching Gorilla, and I'm like, Gorilla, don't do it. Don't sell your
Amen.
soul. Don't do it. Baby, don't do it, please. I've been
Amen.
literally going in for her, praying that she would not do. Who's behind me? See, I pays attention to my surroundings. But I've been watching her, and every move she making, it's really giving. You listening to the people. You listening to the people. You listening to the people. And these record labels, I don't even know if she's with a record label. I haven't looked that deep into it. But record labels, when you get signed, they will create the image that they need you to look like because there is an agenda spiritually attached to you. So they have to create the look physically, and then they go to the music. This is what we hear.
They
This is what we
call
see.
it
This is what
refining.
they do to artists. That is the beginning of self.
That's what they do. They call it refining. Yeah, that's they don't
Okay,
like.
Tamiko.
Your
I'm
own.
ready now.
All right.
I'm ready now.
All
I'm
right.
ready.
All right.
I'm ready. Okay?
What you ready for? What you ready for?
Give me what's my safe word for if I'm going too far? What are you gonna tell me? What word are you gonna say to
I'll
just
just cut in and talk.
okay,
You can say what you want to say. Do it, you know.
I can just start with the obvious. She mentioned that God numbered every hair on your head. And the hair that I seen swinging from her head was no more hers than Glorilla's nose. So, what is the cutoff point for changing the way God made you look? Is it Spanx? Is it men working out? Is it what is the cutoff point for my body, my choice?
Spanx? Well,
Um,
Spanx, you don't have to cut inside of your body. You know what I'm
well,
saying?
no, this is what I'm saying. But
The safe
if
word is
the
nose hair.
what I'm saying is if what we're going with is God didn't make it like that. If that's what we're going with. Now, if we're going with the danger of different procedures, they have found that having perm is carcinogenic.
Right.
You know, they found that these diets that people go on are not healthy. So there's a whole BBL culture. what is the cutoff point for changing your body? Number two, why is it somebody else's business how I choose to look?
Because we
Worry
look at.
about yourself.
I think people are hypocrites, and that's just it.
Yeah, it's like, get you some business.
Well, she is the business if people are buying her music, going to her
Right, but I
looking up.
wonder how much that woman did not make from spending all her time doing that. Like, get you some business. Gorilla doing her thing. Gorilla can go get a rhinoplasty. She
Mm-hmm.
got that. If that's what she want to do,
Mm-hmm.
that's Gorilla business.
I think it's like when people change their appearance, it's like, you know how you ever felt like when you've watched a television show, for example, and you're familiar with a certain character. Let's just say, for example, Laverne and Shirley. All right. And you got used to Laverne for the first 2 seasons, and then they switched goddamn Laverne out with some other broad playing
Right.
Laverne. It ain't the same. So I think because of the Cardis and the Nickies and all these new chicks and Kims and thems who have changed their appearance, we kind of be like, who this woman? Because the chick we liked was the chick that we liked that came out talking that stuff, not this refined face chick. Yeah, get your teeth fixed. But when you start adjusting, like the nose is a key point of your face. You know what I mean? I don't. If you need your teeth fixed, please get your teeth fixed. That's part of
That's outside of me. Look at my schnoz. I'm
with the
like, nope, staying
nose
like that.
and
Teeth
putting
staying like that.
all that crap in your face with the fillers. I get it. I've looked at my face, especially since I've gone through this menopause crap. And I've been like, I wonder if I got this, what it looked like. But what I've concluded is, I think people trying to get the fat face. I just got the fat face naturally. But people, listen, Glorilla, hey, they're gonna talk. They're gonna say stuff because that's how the nature of people. We get used to you one way, and you gonna showing some other nose. You know what I mean? People be feeling like betrayed to a degree.
Boy,
They be feeling betrayed
if
because
your
they feel like,
flashpoint for betrayal is somebody else's schnoz, boy, you really need some real
of
stuff going on in
course.
your life.
Of course, just like people who looked up to Puffy and Jay-Z and all them dudes and whoever, Kanye. I knew Kanye-ites. I knew KRS-One-ites.
Yeah, I wish
People
I.
get into, people get into worshiping people. That's just how some people are.
Yeah, but
You know?
you know what's on my plate, Tamiko. I wish that was disappointing to me. I wish that could move the needle. That's what I'm saying. Like, if that moves your needle, you live in a privileged life.
Make sure y'all click like out there. Okay, that's
Yeah,
free.
that just don't even move my needle. Like, okay, whatever. That's easy.
Hey, listen, if you're entertained, I just lost my job Friday.
Oh,
Feel free to donate to Miko Show TV. Absolutely. I have no income at this time. But I'm not super stressing either. I'm just gonna dive in and get to work applying for gigs. But and my
you
son's
have income.
I do.
You have income. It's coming in.
God is great.
Yeah, you have income. It's coming in. Don't say
And
you don't have income. You have income. It's coming.
that's right.
Watch. Watch. It's coming. It's
He
coming.
laughed like he.
Well,
Yeah, Tamiko. Yeah, Tamiko.
You're gonna look like this for like 4 or 5 months. And that's because when you get your nose done, this be so swollen. This right here be so swollen. And like the spaces that you had down your nose is going a little bit upper. So when somebody get their nose done and y'all automatically go drag them because their nose is like this or their nose is like this, y'all have to remember it's gonna look like that for 5 months. It's gonna look like that for 5 months. And your nose look much healed in a year, but your nose take 3 years to heal. That's why sometimes when people be talking about how I be getting surgery and all that shit, I be getting upset because it's like I got my nose done in 2020. In 2020 and in 2021, I was looking a little bit different. And I was looking a little bit different because my nose was healing. But if you look at my lives from 2024, 2023, 2022, I look completely the same. I haven't touched my face since I've done my nose. I don't do fillers. I don't do fillers. I did fillers in 2020 and I dissolved them right away when I get done with my face. Because when you get your nose done, right? When you get your nose done, your nose is smaller. So now if you got fillers, your cheeks are fat. So you gotta dissolve them. And I really want you guys to know this and to be very mindful. When people first get their nose
They're
done,
so young doing this.
for the first 2-3 months, they're on medication, they're on painkillers. And when you're on painkillers and those medications that they prescribe you when you first do your surgery, your mind wonders and think for itself. So when you're making fun of a woman that just got her nose done, you're gonna look like this for like 4 or 5 months. And that's because when you get your nose done, this be so swollen. This right here be so swollen. And like the spaces that you had down your nose is going a little bit upper. So when somebody get their nose done and y'all automatically go drag them because their nose is like this or their nose is like this, y'all have to remember it's gonna look like that for 5 months. It's gonna look like that for 5 months. And your nose look much healed in a year. But your nose,
Anyways, that you know, I don't know. Have you ever thought about getting your nose done, Vic? Ever? Vic-Hop. He in his zone. Vic-Hop. Vic. Whatever. Moving on. Let's watch this. Stop getting those noses, the ones that go like this and then they go like this. Please just stop. It's not, if you have a nose like this that gives you one of these right here, you doing this to it is not going to give the things that you think it's going to give. Please. I keep seeing it on my For You page. It's on my For You page and it's giving self-hate. Just stop. Every time a video starts like this, so here's my nose, you guys. I want to show you guys my nose. And it goes like this, and my eyes go like this. It's like, girl. That is crazy. Stop getting those noses, the ones that go like this, and then they go like this. Please just stop. It's not, if you have a nose like this that gives you one of these right here, you doing this to it is not going to give the things that you think it's going to give. Stop getting those noses. Stop getting those noses, the ones that go like this and then they go like this. Please. Oh, they are wrong. That's just cold.
When I was looking at examples for my own rhinoplasty, I brought in photos of the one and only.
Hey, that's my new way of saying stop, Tamika.
Allegedly, but I have 2020.
Stop. Stop. Do it again. Do it one more time. Let me see you do it one more time.
I was calling you for a minute. And then I just
a beat.
found something else when you was making something.
Yeah, like I didn't want to hear Cardi, dog.
I know, but people do. Some people do.
Yeah, no, I'm enjoying
This ain't my best show ever. Okay, this is just.
I don't know, man.
Every show is a new one.
I tell you what, I think I finally cracked knee deep. So that's what's going on over here.
Yay!
Yeah.
All right, now this is just pure utter trash right here, but we're doing this. This is the Impressive Channel. I watched Remy's argument, and I actually feel like between the two of them, I can agree more with what Remy's saying than what Pepper. I believe her more than Papoose. But this is the Impressive Channel. I enjoy her. She pretty much succinctly. I'm not gonna play the whole thing. I'm just gonna play a little something. Check this out.
Papoose, a dusty and a user.
Impressive Channel. All right. Shout out. All rights reserved.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Impressive Channel. Papoose and Remy Ma have brought shame to the Black Love movement. Oh my gosh. They were exposing each other on social media. Remy called Papoose a dusty and a user. Papoose called Remy a narcissist and a cheater. I mean, the tea that was spilled was insane. Clarissa, God is giving you a sign. Run, girl, run. These two are crazy. Clarissa Shields is a world champion boxer. She's single, she's childless. She's trying to entertain Papoose, who is still legally married and has all of this baggage. And he's crashing out over his wife, Remy. And Remy is crashing out over him, too. She act like she don't care, but she do.
You're a piece of shit, Papoose. You really are. You have turned into a piece of shit. The gambling, the failures that you've had in your career or whatever that didn't pan out how you wanted to, has turned you into somebody else.
You're very cruel to people because you're a narcissist. She's the type of person who will say something to you, and 10 to 5 minutes later, she'll say, I didn't say that. Straight bipolar.
Why are they telling all of their business to the gosh darn internet? What is that about? What is that? Hello? Victor. Hello. Hello. Okay, he's not interested in this.
Straight bipolar.
I am not either. So there we go.
Now that I use Monday service.
But it is a trendy topic. So
No. I'm actually interested in that topic. I was waiting to get to the end of the feed of it because I'm aware of it.
You are on camera, you know. Don't you have that thing where you can turn the camera off?
No, I'm good.
Or you want people to see you make a beat?
I'm good.
You are doing that so people can see you making beats, Vic-Hop. That's fine. Is that fine?
Stop it. Stop it.
All right.
Hey, you notice how Papoose, Clarissa Shields looks like a different Remy, and this other dude she got look like a different Papoose.
Yes. Alternate universes of the same looks. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like
they are each other's types. Kind of whatever. They probably just need a little space, to be honest. They probably still love each other. They just need some space. They don't know how to explain or express that properly.
That's just weird.
It's just funny that you said that because I gotta look at pictures of them. That's so funny.
And I tell you what, they both downgraded. They both went to the Chrysler 300 of the other one.
It's the fucking truth.
Like, I'm talking about just looks. Now, they might have went to the Bentley of the things that matter, right? And still got to stay within their type. But the things that really matter, those are on the high level. So it might be a spiritual upgrade, but a visual downgrade, which is always good.
Well, she looks more like his Steez, like level-wise on that, if you're talking about looks.
Yeah, well, she's a millionaire.
And then let's see. What's her name? Remy. My M's get stuck. Remy. Gosh darn it. And what's that dude?
I don't even know his name.
Rapper.
Easy the something
guy. Some block captain.
Yeah, there's no more names left, Tamiko. There's no more names left, man. That's why everybody's name is just a string of alphabets.
Oh, Lordy.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh, snap. These new kids, I can't even remember all these new names. Yeah, you're right. It's like
ZZP
YZ
and then a regular name.
Yeah, you're right. I don't know none of their names. I can't remember.
I could name myself QRZZP Slick Rick.
Crazy. That's crazy, but I believe that.
There's somebody named Digital Nas. It's like word.
Going up too.
Word.
Yeah, it does look like Pat. I would have thought that was Papoose.
Exactly.
What in the front door?
Yeah, so they just went down to the dealership and swapped it out, man.
Oh, they both got younger versions of each other, kind of.
Yeah, I guess greener versions that'll be a little bit less hip to they moves. Or maybe they've grown up and they want to do better this time. We never
Yeah,
know, man.
new
We never
start.
know.
Yeah, like a new start.
Yeah, we never know.
They look cute.
Yeah, we
Actually,
never know.
never know. Anyway,
So I'm doing better now. So I did good on this segment, right?
literally, I was just really, this whole past week was very tiring. So I wasn't even gonna do one, which is why I may seem all over the place to you guys out there, but maybe not. I don't know. You gotta tell me. But let's see what y'all saying over here.
But
Hold
we're
on.
here now. We here now.
That's Glorilla. Yeah, that was Glorilla. That's not gonna age well. Oops. Remy been known for cheating for years by people. Thank you, Furry B, who've been following battle rap. This ain't new. Plus, Easy dumped Remy months ago and planned to extort her.
Okay.
Yeah, they all just need to chill. Go shopping. Go travel. Go travel. Why you gotta be in them same 5 borough types? That was me too. I got all my dudes from South Central, so I get it. They were all from the Good Life and Project Blue. I get it. But come on now, we of a certain age, you got to do better. Got to do better. So that's what they're doing, right? They're getting better. You're supposed to know better, do better. So that's that. What y'all doing Memorial Day? Are you Memorial Daying?
Think I need to go get a cup of coffee.
Are you Memorial Daying?
Am I doing what?
Cooking, barbecuing.
No, man, I got some spinach. I got some pasta out there, man. Nice. Yeah.
Pasta? What
Nice.
kind of pasta?
I don't know, some kind of pasta where I'm gonna drink my with my finger like this when I drink my coffee or my juice.
You
Yeah.
said pasta.
Yeah, it's like pasta, spinach pasta. You
Oh,
want to
that's
see it?
sure. Why
All
not?
right. Hold
That is so funny. Well, I mean, I barbecued or attempted to barbecue yesterday. I don't never do it right, but I did it. And I put the steaks on first and then I put on burgers and then the charcoal ran out. That was weird. And then I put links on and it didn't really cook. So I put all this stuff in the oven. It's a lot. It's just a lot. And salmon too. I made some salmon, y'all. I tried to make it. I ain't finished. Yeah, I ain't gonna eat this all week. I ain't cooking not now until like Friday. I'm not playing. And potato salad and mashed potatoes and spinach. Cheap viewers. Oh, what? Anyways, so as far as I'm concerned, I think he's coming back. Um, but yeah, man, those were the headlines for this week. For the most part, not much. I didn't feel like going into all that Diddy stuff. It's just, there's like 7, 8 more weeks. Armand and all the big ones. I'm proud of all of them. All the creators, all the black creators is out there at the court place. If I was in DC, New York, Baltimore, Virginia, anywhere, hell, if I was in Georgia, I'd drive up to New York to that thing. I sure would, or fly, whatever. I sure would. Why not? But I'm on the whole other side of town, and I'm not really trying to get into that whole not too much. I did one podcast on that Megan Thee Stallion Tory Lane stuff. I think I was stupid. He should have said what he needed to say when he was in court. Shame on him. I feel sorry for him though. But I don't really know all the details of everything because I didn't super just pay a whole lot of attention to all of that. You know what I mean? I just remember, they was I'm telling you, I'm gonna tell you again. If you do not do the right thing, and listen to this, the elders always used to say, righteousness is always right. You know what's right. Do right. They wasn't doing right. And I ain't judging them like I'm better because I've had to, pay for my choices and things too. But I'm just saying, do the right thing. They weren't doing right. And that's when you do one wrong thing, it turns into another wrong thing and another wrong thing and another wrong thing. All right. So
All right.
let's see what you got there. Did you put some Parmesan on there?
Nah, man, I just took it straight out the thing.
Well, all right. But
It's
you got
both sides French pasta.
some butter or some garlic up in there?
I don't know. Green tea.
You don't know.
No, I haven't done anything to it yet. I have to taste it first, see if it needs anything. All right, straight like that. Mm-hmm.
Well, all right. Well, all right. You brought your noodles. Okay, I had some pizza, but I'm not showing my face because I didn't get dressed or ready or none of that. Y'all gonna see me straight raw. You want to see? No, I shouldn't do that. Oh man. So yeah, I would have to get ready, and I didn't get ready for y'all today. All right. We at the end of the show now.
We
What's
do?
that? You said that's tea?
Uh-huh. Green tea.
All right.
And it's
With the green-
pasta. Tastes like I need to drink my tea like this.
That sounds good.
Yep.
Yeah, because we do eat on this show. Are those links done? Did you have one? Was it good? Okay. Yeah, I was gonna go grab a link, but I don't have time. A link. You should put a link. Could chop up a little sausage in there. That'd be wow. Or some shrimp. Ooh.
Man, it's straight.
I don't have anything else to report or talk about. Wait,
So
hold on, Furby. What you?
if somebody didn't watch the show, they can just go on YouTube and it's just there still, right?
Yep. The thing about nose jobs is that the nose is what makes a human face. Thank you. A human face. Changing it makes you a monster if you can't get it perfect. And I haven't seen one surgeon get it right. No, you know what? I will say those of us, son. Can you take that with you? It's so loud. Turn the light off. Close the door. Thank you. Beat it. Anyways, there have been people, and you haven't super noticed because they don't overdo it. Okay, there's a lot of kids I remember that went to Bel Air Prep and Beverly Hills High, and when they turned 16, they got the nose job. But you wouldn't know that they got that unless you knew them as children. You know what I mean? Because they didn't keep getting 10 of them. We only start noticing after the third or fourth one. You know what I mean? People keep changing stuff and chipping it and doing it. You know. But when there's been people like who is that? What's the chick that everybody? Angelina Jolie, for example. She was fine. She didn't need nothing. But then when she got one, she was cool. And she went and had like 3 or 4. It's like, come on. It just don't look right. And then black people getting nose jobs. I don't know. They never got it right. Okay. I love Melba Moore. Okay. But I never liked her nose job. I didn't like Stephanie Mills's nose job or Michael Jackson's or Jermaine Jackson's for that matter. Like, come on. And why am I speaking on it? Because they put them people in our faces, man. And they made us look at them and look up to them. Okay. And we got our image from them and they were representing us, whether we liked it or not. And I spoke about this shit 30 years ago. You know what I'm saying? I was like, it's dangerous because they're misrepresenting us globally. And it ain't by accident. And now 30 years later, peekaboo, surprise. Now everybody wants to act all shocked and amazed. It's like, come on, man. People ain't been representing, doing right. They've been bad and exploitative, doing naughty things and getting addicted to porn and shit like that. Like improper behavior. Yeah, that's improper.
Well,
My homegirl went to Chinese medicine school, and she said the main thing, shout out Janan, main thing she said was balance is key. Moderation. Too much of nothing is good. Moderation is key. So you don't have to completely cut out whatever, like you said, candy, but you ain't got to eat candy all day, and you ain't got to be eating 8 pieces and 10 and 15 pieces. You can have like 5 pieces, and that's it. You know what I'm saying? But
But you gotta also eat the nutrition. You can't eat if you eat 5 pieces and then don't eat no vegetables, it's just as bad as eating 15 pieces.
I
And the
mean,
problem
I
is,
guess I should have said that.
yeah, nutrition ain't hot right now.
Yeah, fast food is hot.
That's what I'm saying. Nutrition ain't hot.
But they are sending those delivery. You've heard those. You can order 28 dinners for $30 a month. They got that cracking. The new age TV dinners. You know what I'm talking about? You can get gourmet meals, and all you have to do is warm it up. We'll do everything for you. Wink,
But you
wink.
have to have a taste for gourmet meals.
And that's what you're supposed to twist your taste to. It's just a high end TV dinner, is what it is. If you grew up eating TV dinners, then this is a derivative of that, but alleged healthier versions of where they get the vegetables. We don't know. Don't ask all that.
At least they got vegetables.
Yeah, that's true. But is that better though?
Hmm. I know this is good.
Oh, that looks good. That's what I was eating at that banquet. That banquet I told you I was getting all
Yes,
sleepy.
Alfredo. Finna
Yeah,
knock me down.
I got sleepy at the table, y'all. We had an end of the year dinner, and I hadn't had Alfredo in like probably 2-3 years, bro. I had a big ass plate and like 3 breadsticks because I thought I was gonna bring some breadsticks home to my children. I ate all of them. I ate a big old plate, had some grilled chicken on there too. Oh my god, and a big old Caesar salad. It was so good, and tiramisu. It was just ridiculous. I was falling asleep at the table, y'all. I was getting a hard case of the itis, and I had to drop my homegirl off too. I had to take a brief nap just before I had to drive off, and I did not take the freeway because I didn't want to. I took the streets. That was crazy. Have you ever had the itis like that?
Uh, of course I have. 55 years old. I've had every derivative of diabetes that there is to have. Gonna give myself some right now. Huh.
I ain't never had that.
Itis is a blessing. I mean, you eat.
I think I'm still healing from that.
Mm.
I guess I just haven't had that much of a heavy meal in a minute. Anyway, that's it. Did you want to mention anything or talk about what's going on?
No, um, I wasn't trying to show making beats. That's just what I do all the time. We got some little things cooking.
Okay.
That's all. Me, Jay Swift, LAJ, Tamiko. We in the lab, but when I got something to play, I'll play it. We got some things cooking, but no big deal. We're just
Right
here to
on.
talk about current events.
Just blah blah.
Yeah, blah blah
Just
blah.
reaching out because I gotta stay in the algorithm.
Yeah.
So
Well, let me put in the algorithm. Jay Swift is coming out with an album called Dope. Jay
that's
Swift,
that's all
producer of The
right.
Far Side. Album called Dope. Me, him, and LAJ are producing it together.
Well, that's
I'll
good.
say that much. Yeah.
That's good.
Stay
Well,
tuned.
y'all need to come on the show and push it.
Of course. Of
No.
course. We'll put it together and then we'll definitely. First stop. First
All
stop.
right. All right.
All right.
All right. So listen, you guys, click like, please. Please click like. You know why? It helps with the algorithm. It makes this go through. Maybe share it. Hey, you know how to put your name on there? Or you didn't want to put your name on there? How come your name ain't popping on there?
It's my first time ever. I
Yay!
need to more than
Coming
FaceTime
on
yourself.
here. It was a lot of people's first time coming on here. I
Yeah,
am honored. Thank you
it
for
was
coming
cool.
here.
I enjoyed it.
All right,
All
cool.
right.
Did you want to see what it looked like right at this exact laying in the bed all day moment?
You done kept it off all this time. Give him something to look forward to.
What?
Give him something to look forward to.
Okay, next episode.
All right.
All right, so this is it. I think I might. You know what? Since you was talking about my old Koala Harris episodes and all this, I think I'm gonna play. Hey, you know what? Wait, real talk. You know what popped up on my feed? Cassie. Old clips of Cassie from early 2000s and all this. Did you want to see any of that?
You're talking to me?
Yes.
No.
Okay, cool. All right.
Nah.
Other than that,
I gotta dodge her on my own algorithm. I don't need no more of her. I'm trying to figure out how to weed her out of my life right now.
damn.
Yeah.
Hey, she's all in my feed and shit.
Yeah, man. I'm trying to weave all of them, man.
Okay.
All right.
Well, you know what? I think I'm gonna this then with my music, if you don't mind. You've pretty much heard all my stuff, right?
Yeah.
All right. So I'm just gonna be playing that for those who may want to listen. This is all older stuff from like 2008, 2017, stuff like that. All right. All right. It's just to keep my algorithms of my music going. You could click like too. All right. This is shout out to Boomix Claim. He made this track.
Sandra Day, Sandra Night, Sandra Bland, Sandra Fight. We work hard to see the light. No motivations, but still we right. I swear anybody who don't seem to care, beware power touch can be got anywhere. Just cause justice evades the ruckus, don't mean forever that pain erupts us. Time is the number one juror. Die Führer will catch hellfire, Libera. No worries, no flurries, unrest in my chest. The sound of a moon clip will suppress. There will be no more success. Demons, you harm the head of my least little ones. The sun will find you and melt your soul till done. Not from the head of my chinny chin chin does the harm ones begin to get in. But since sin within can implode the low, and you froze in time, remember these cold one, but I stand as 10,000. I miss one, but I stand as 10,000. I miss one, but I stand as 10,000. I miss one, but I stand as 10,000. Balance is harder to reach when there's three rows. The middle one will lead to self-control. Balance is harder to reach when there's three rows. The middle one will lead to self-control. Balance is harder to reach when there's three rows. The middle one will lead to self-control. Balance is harder to reach when there's three rows. The middle one will lead to self-control.
And that's it. You know, you could go on YouTube, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Amazon Music, Apple Music, you know, Anchor.fm, iHeartRadio, Twitch, Facebook. Hit me up. Instagram, TikTok. All right. Support the movement. I hope you guys go look at those interviews of all those amazing people. And I'm not done interviewing people, but all the Fat Jacks and Rockas and Festo and Tajes and Zulus and oh my goodness, Micah 9, Raz Kaz, Akil the MC, Volume 10, Cobra Red, I mean, oh, so many. Beyond, St. Louis Gibor, so many. Shang, the comedian, Michael Collier. Ooh, and more and more. That's just some of them off the top of my head. I'm just, there's some very interesting and cool stuff there. Go check it out. Thank you, Furry B. Thank you, Stray Godzilla. Thank you, whoever else is watching and listening. And, I mean no harm to no one. I mean no ill will to anyone. This is purely for entertainment purposes. I have no hat in this ring of what other people do with their lives. I only usually talk about my own tea, about my own life. But when I talk about so-called celebrities or business or whatever news, I'm literally just wanting to be entertaining. That is all. Okay. I believe in the importance of influence and things like that. So I don't condone any type of violence or racism. I think it's all stupid. All right. You should love who loves you, love one another. That's our natural way. All right. I do not promote hate or violence. So be clear on that. Nah. I love all people who, present love back. And that's not a race. That's a people. That's like a mentality, isn't it? That's not a spirit. All right. So you can get that from any kind of physical being type. All right. Now my homegirl, shout out Cassie. She invited me to her barbecue. So I'm about to be going over there right now with the kids and go eat more barbecue food that I don't need. I'm about to go do that. I hope y'all have a safe evening. Peace. Click like, please. Share it. Thanks. Thanks, Vic-Hop.